Hello everyone, and welcome to another chess game of Paul Morphy in the Paul Morphy's chess game series. And in this game, Paul Morphy has the black pieces this time, and his opponent is a player named George Hammond. And George Hammond is playing with the white pieces. Hammond starts the game with playing e4, e5, knight to f3, knight to c6, bishop to c4, Italian opening. Bishop to c5, c3, knight to f6, d4, e takes on d4, e5, attacking the knight, and Paul Morphy played d5, also attacking the bishop, bishop to b3, knight to e4, c takes on d4. Paul Morphy played bishop to b6, and after this move, Hammond castled. Bishop to g4, pinning the knight. And now, white is having some difficulties. Because of this pinned knight, we have bishop to e3, and also Paul Morphy castled. Queen to d3. And black, Paul Morphy, captures the knight. G takes on f3, damaging the pawn structure. And this pawn on g2 is no longer defending the king. And Hammond is attacking the knight, so Paul Morphy played knight to g5, saving the knight, but queen to f5, double attacking the knight. Paul Morphy played knight takes on d4. He is not saving his knight on g5. But Hammond played bishop takes knight, but let's take it back. If queen takes knight, then of course knight takes on f3. Forking the king and the queen. And white needs to resign. White is losing the queen. So that's why Paul Morphy captures the pawn on d4 with the knight, without having any fear. And also that's why Hammond captures the knight with the bishop. Bishop takes on d4, knight to c3, g6, attacking the queen, queen to g4, h5, attacking the queen again. And Hammond played queen to g2, also defending the pawn on f3. Bishop takes on e5, and Paul Morphy is 2 pawns up. We usually don't see Paul Morphy winning with the material, but we see him crushing his opponents positionally. And this time, Paul Morphy is also beating his opponent with material. So it looks like white is in trouble. So Paul Morphy is 2 pawns up. Knight takes on d5. c6. White is getting back one of his pawns. And now Paul Morphy is attacking the knight. Rook from f to e1. Attacking the bishop. Rook to e8. Defending f4. Forking the bishop and the knight. C takes on d5. F takes on e5. Knight to e6. Queen takes on d5. And materially is equal now. And Paul Morphy is exchanging the queens. Queen takes on d5. Bishop takes on d5. Knight to f4. Attacking the bishop. Bishop takes on b7. And Hammond is a pawn up, temporary. So if black plays rook to b8, white needs to move the bishop, and then rook takes on b2. So rook from a to b8, attacking the bishop, bishop to c6, attacking the rook, rook to e6, bishop to d7, attacking the rook again, rook to e7, rook from a to d1, defending the bishop, but then Paul Morphy captures the pawn. And now Paul Morphy has a deadly attack, so Paul Morphy infiltrated on the second rank. Rook to e4, attacking the knight. And in this position, Paul Morphy played a killer move. And after that move, George Hammond resigned. So what is the best move in this position? Can you guess the best move? of black. What would you do in this position if you had the black pieces? Well, Morphy simply played rook takes on d7, and after this move, Hammond resigned. Because if rook takes rook, of course, rook to b1, and there is no defense. This is a back rank mate, so only move for prolonging the game, rook to d1, rook takes rook, rook to e1, rook takes on e1. That's checkmate. So after Morphy captures the knight with the rook, Hammond resigned. And also if rook takes knight, of course, rook takes on d1, king to g2, rook takes on a2, and maybe the most reasonable continuation would be rook to f1, saving the rook, and then knight to e2 check, king to g2, rook takes on a2. Well, black is winning. Black is a piece up, and also black is a pawn up. So this endgame is losing for white. So that's why after rook takes bishop, white resigned. And another very simple but a very enjoyable chess game by Morphy. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this video, and I hope to see you next time. Take care.